My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the hardest things for any human being to do is to admit that they were wrong. To say, I made a mistake. It feels heavy on the tongue. The ego resists. The heart feels uncomfortable. And sometimes we convince ourselves that if we just stay silent, if we ignore it, the problem will go away on its own. But it doesn't. You see, every one of us makes mistakes. Sometimes we say something we shouldn't have said. Sometimes we act out of anger. Sometimes we hurt someone without even realizing the damage we caused until later. And sometimes we know what we're doing is wrong, but we do it anyway, hoping the consequences will be small. But what happens afterward? We carry it. We think about it late at night. We feel a little tension in our relationships. We feel distant from Allah. That's the weight of guilt. And it will not go away until we deal with it. But instead of admitting the mistake, our pride gets in the way. We say, what will people think of me? If I say sorry, they'll take advantage of me. If I admit it, I'll look weak. But my brothers and sisters, the truth is the opposite. Owning up to your mistake is not weakness. It's strength. It takes real courage to say, yes, I was wrong. It takes a pure heart to say, I shouldn't have done that. It takes a strong character to face the truth, even when it hurts. And in the sight of Allah, that moment of humility is more beloved than 1,000 empty words. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the best of creation, and yet he was the most humble. If he could admit when something needed to be corrected, even when he was not at fault, then who are we to pretend we're always right? Don't let your ego control your decisions. Don't let your fear of embarrassment stop you from doing the right thing. Admitting your mistake is not the end of your dignity. It's the beginning of your healing. And when you admit your mistake sincerely and humbly, you don't lose people. You gain their respect. You don't lose honor, you gain it. And more importantly, you open the door to Allah's mercy. But what is it that truly stops us from admitting we were wrong? It's not that we don't know we made a mistake. Deep down, the heart knows. The soul feels it. We sense the discomfort. We feel a kind of restlessness inside. And often, even after the situation passes, we replay the moment in our minds again and again, thinking of what we could have done differently. But despite all that, something still holds us back from just saying it. I was wrong. That something is the ego, the naps, the self that refuses to be corrected. And if we are not careful, this ego becomes a silent destroyer. It whispers, you have nothing to apologize for. It tells you that admitting fault will make you look small, that people will lose respect for you, that you'll lose your influence or control. But this is one of the biggest deceptions that the ego plays on us. And it's one of the most dangerous. You see, denial doesn't erase the mistake. Hiding from the truth doesn't heal the damage. In fact, the longer we delay taking responsibility, the more pain we cause to ourselves and to those around us. Relationships become strained. Trust begins to erode. Communication shuts down, and over time, small issues become major rifts, not because of the original mistake, but because no one was willing to say, I take responsibility. And that's the tragedy. It's not the mistake itself that destroys families. It's not the error that breaks friendships. It's the pride that refuses to acknowledge it. It's the silence that hardens hearts. It's the stubbornness that says, I don't owe anyone anything. But my dear brothers and sisters, Allah has warned us about arrogance because arrogance led to the downfall of Cheyenne. Cheyenne did not deny the existence of Allah. He didn't reject the concept of worship. What led to his curse was one thing. He refused to admit he was wrong. He refused to bow to Adam. Peace be upon him. Out of pride, he believed he was better, and he couldn't handle being corrected. That pride, that inability to admit fault was his destruction. Now reflect on your own life. How many times have we allowed pride to stop us from apologizing to someone we care about? How many relationships have we let suffer just because we didn't want to look like we were at fault? How many prayers have we delayed? How many sins have we brushed under the rug thinking, it's not that bad, Allah will understand, while never actually repenting or turning back? This kind of denial is not just unhealthy, and it's spiritually dangerous. When we keep justifying our actions instead of correcting them, we slowly become numb, the heart hardens, the conscience weakens, and eventually what once made us feel guilty now doesn't bother us at all. And that, my brothers and sisters, is a sign of spiritual decline. But here's the mercy of Allah. No matter how far you've gone in that denial, no matter how many years you've spent avoiding accountability, the moment you sincerely turn back, Allah welcomes you. The door is never closed, but the key to that door is honesty. The key is humility. The key is having the courage to say, I was wrong and I want to make it right. There is no shame in admitting your mistake. The shame is in knowing you're wrong and continuing anyway. The shame is in letting the ego lead you away from Allah's mercy.